What's up, Shadow Nerds? Guess who's back? Back again? Tell your mama, tell your friends. What is up, people? It has been a long time. I'm actually not really sure how long it's been. Definitely a few years. With that being said, I know you missed me, so here's what today we're talking about. We're talking about WrestleMania 41. I just want to say, first of all, as far as this YouTube channel goes, I am wanting to bring this back in a major way. It's been a while, and I really enjoyed doing it. I really enjoyed interacting with y'all, and we'll see how many of my friends see this for the first time when I post this and be like, oh my god, he has a YouTube channel. So, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so I have actually been a wrestling fan since I was a kid. My mom used to joke that I'd be crying in the thingy, the car seat rocker thingy, and she would come across the wrestling channel and I would instantly stop crying and I was glued. And I started watching, not really knowing what's going on, around 93, 94. It was about when I was 10 that I really got into it, and 10 is about the start of the Attitude Era. So those next few years of my life, middle school and beginning of high school, was the Attitude Era. And man, as you can imagine, that time of life, it ruled everything. So, huge wrestling fan. So let's get into it. My WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas predictions. By the time you see this, it'll be tomorrow. And we might have one more match on the card tomorrow for Randy Orton, but we'll see what happens. As of right now, he doesn't have one, but we all know he's probably going to have one. So, with that being said, let's get into this. Night number 1. I don't know the order of the matches currently, so we're just going to... The only thing I do know is the main events, obviously. But night 1, we got Gunther versus Jay. This one is hard. I'm going to say Jay because he has the most popular intro, yeet, and he's the babyface, yeet, and what Gunther did to Jimmy definitely deserves retribution, right? Yeet. Now, personally, Jay needs it more than Gunther, but I think they're going to give it to Jay anyways because of his popularity, because of his interest, and he needs it more. Me personally, I think I like Jimmy more on the hunt for a title than actually him being champion, because I'm not sure how well a championship run for him would go. So we'll see. I think they're going to give it to Jay, and he might not have a very good run, but we'll find out. It's hard to deny his pop when he comes out. So, Jay. Match number 2, War Raiders versus the New Day for the tag team titles. They're going to give it to the New Day. They've been pushing them a lot lately, and to really push this New Day heel persona through, they got to give them the win. And they've been on TV a lot lately, getting booed out of the building. It doesn't fucking matter. If you're getting a reaction, you're winning. So they're going to give it to Kofi and Xavier. So New Day sucks still, but they're still going to be tag team champions again. And yeah, who knows, maybe Big E will come back somehow, some way, and screw them over during the match, but as of right now, that's pretty much it. New Day will be your new tag team champions. Next match, Rey versus El Grande Americano. I love it. Whoever is under that mask, man, he's been killing it in these matches. And I think it's awesome. And it's nice to have an American luchador versus a real luchador in Rey Mysterio. So we'll see how this goes. Unfortunately, I think because of El Grande's, Chad Gable's push, that they're going to give it to El Grande. I mean, you got to think about it. They like Chad Gable enough to have him on TV basically twice all the time. They like him enough to give him 2 different characters because he's doing something good. Obviously, his in-ring work, no question. The dude's a worker, and he looks great on TV, and he's got the personality to match it. So, with that being pushed, and Rey doesn't need the win. Nothing's going to hurt Rey's legacy at this point. So, El Grande Americano will win tomorrow night, or WrestleMania Night 1, 2 nights from now. Looking forward to that, so we'll see. This coming match, I'm not particularly thrilled about. I don't have a whole lot of interest, to be honest with you. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. So I haven't been really paying too much attention to this storyline. I like the original premise about Naomi kind of going behind Bianca's back and beating up Jade and who did it and blaming it on Liv and all that, and that's fine. I like that aspect of it, but since then, the way it's fleshed out, I don't know, it's kind of an afterthought now because of what Bianca's going through. With that being said, I think this one might be one of the most obvious ones on the card. Jade Cargill wins, however she wins. She's on her comeback. What's the point of being a good or strong babyface character if you can't beat the big bad heel who pretty much knocked you out for months and months, right? It's going to be Jade, and then we'll move the fuck on. Anyways, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. I like this one. LA could use the win, but not nearly as much as Jacob would benefit from it. They've been pushing Jacob Fatu. They're trying to get him out of... They're trying to separate him from the bloodline family, so to say, because I think they're slowly going to be phasing the bloodline out and everybody having their little solo careers. But Jacob Fatu out of that group has definitely been the one that's been like the monster, the wolf, right? He's going to win in a major way and really kickstart his solo career. So Jacob Fatu wins that one. Next, we got Tiffany versus Charlotte. Woo! I have no idea. If you would have told me at WrestleMania, or if you would have asked me at Royal Rumble when Charlotte won the match, I would have said Charlotte wins at WrestleMania. But because of the heat that she has really gotten, there's a difference between actual heat, cheap heat, and enjoying a superstar outside of the business, and legitimately nobody wanting to see that person on TV. And if it's not good for ratings, WWE's not going to want it. However, it's still Charlotte motherfucking Flair, right? But Tiffy, she been on it. And that promo, I think 2 weeks ago, man, where they got real personal and went off script and probably both got a mean talking to afterwards. I gotta go Charlotte. The dirtiest player in the game's daughter. The dirtiest trickery girl. Dirtiest trick in the game, too. So, I gotta go Charlotte, man. I don't like it. I'm not really the hugest fan of Tiffy, to be honest with you, but I gotta go Charlotte on this one. So, we'll see what happens. The main event of WrestleMania 41, Night 1, which doesn't really count as a main event in my personal opinion, but whatever, is Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk with Paul Heyman in CM Punk's corner. This one, flip a coin. But because you think Roman doesn't really need it, he just won, he had the title for so fucking long. And I know there's not a title involved in this, but he doesn't need it. He's good. CM Punk technically doesn't need it either, but for him to not get it last year because of the injury, or to be involved in a storyline last year about it, and then him to come back and not have a title in over 10 years since he's been back with WWE, he could use it per se. It would be great for him. It'd be a great storyline for CM Punk to win his main event at WrestleMania, finally get his dream and win the title. Or not a title, but move him up to that next thing and put that on his belt about, I want a main event in WrestleMania. That's a big deal. But I feel like him with Paul Heyman in his corner is too easy of a choice to make. So, I'm going with Seth Rollins. And I also wouldn't be surprised if somehow Paul Heyman ends up screwing Punk and Roman and somehow gets with Seth Rollins. Now, I know what you're thinking. Seth Rollins doesn't need a mouthpiece. You're right. He doesn't. Neither does CM Punk. But think about, and I said this to a friend the other day, think about the ego that Seth Rollins has in his promos. I am the visionary, the revolutionary, right? Imagine that times fucking 10 with Paul Heyman in his corner. You talking off the chart promos and egos that would just annoy the hell out of everybody, and it would be great TV to watch. So, I'm picking Seth Rollins with a double turn on everybody. Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins leave the arena together, and everybody's in shock. All right, night number 2. WrestleMania, the real one to me. So we'll see. Is Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. Man, I gotta think on this one. Io doesn't need it. Rhea doesn't need it. She just lost it and had it for a little bit. I think they're saving her for a bigger storyline. Io's had it lately, which is nice, because she's, out of the 3, she might be the best wrestler, in-ring worker. Rhea gets the biggest pop, but I think Bianca needs it more than both of them. So, I'm saying Bianca Belair will be your new women's champion on that one. So, yeah. All right, what do we got? Oh, yeah, Liv and Raquel and Bayley and, what is it, Lyra, I can't remember, Lyra Valkyria, whatever her name is, the Intercontinental Champion. This one's tough, but I think because of the Judgment Day slowly having tension and breaking up, but also gaining power, man. It would make more sense if Liv and Raquel lost to continue this tension and make it thing, especially because of the Braun Breaker or the Dominic Mysterio and Braun match coming up later. If they cause beef and then Liv has beef and then the next night they all get mad at each other and they break up and it's over, that would make sense. But with that being said, I do think Liv and Raquel are going to win, because they probably don't want Bayley and Lyra to win, because they probably don't want Lyra to have the Intercontinental title and a tag team belt. 2 belts on one person. There's so much great talent in this company. I wouldn't be surprised if Liv and Raquel win and continue to be your women's tag team champion. Okay? There you go. Next pick. AJ Styles versus Logan the Maverick Paul. Man, that man's a good troll. A damn good troll. But AJ's a pro. Neither one of them really need it, which is crazy to say because Logan's only been here so fucking long. Or so short, but he doesn't really need it either. But I'm going to go with Logan because I'm going to put it on AJ Styles to be the pro and put the young guy over. Because that's just who he is. It'll be one hell of a match, though. Sleep on Logan Paul if you want, and that's fine. He is a dick, and nobody likes him. I agree with you. But in-ring work, they can both work. And AJ's going to put him over. Logan Paul will win that match. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio, with Carlito probably coming out at some point. Who knows? Maybe we'll get Rey Fenix in there somehow in some kind of crazy situation. Braun doesn't need it. I think he's going to move up to the next echelon. Penta just got there. It would be too soon, in my opinion. But his popularity is crazy right now. And Dominic and Finn, I think they're going to cost each other the match somehow and probably create that tension in Judgment Day like I was talking about. So, with all of that being said, I'm going Finn Balor. Yeah, Finn. Finn for the win. They have been pushing him lately, and his in-ring work is undeniable, so I'm going Finn. Okay, which still might cause beef in Judgment Day, and Penta isn't there yet, so he's going to keep working. So Damian versus Drew. Oh, I just want to go back to that last match, by the way. Braun is going to lose no matter what. If it's not Finn, it'll be someone else. Braun loses on Sunday no matter what. He doesn't need it, and he's moving up. So anyways, Damian versus Drew McIntyre. Ah, man. Poor Damian. Poor Damian. I don't care about him enough, and I don't think anybody else does either. And that's sad to say because I kind of like the guy. I think he's pretty cool. But that Homo Taker nickname running around for him, man, you can see it. And he's just not... He was super appealing when he came out, and I was like, okay, this dude looks cool. He's got a vibe. I like his work. I like his attitude. But something about him, I'm not sure what it is. And Drew is still, I think, a bigger draw or above him in the terms of ranks. So I'm going Drew McIntyre. Yeah. This one, man. The main event of WrestleMania 41, Night 2, is Cody Rhodes. Whoa! Right? Versus John Cena. Can you see me? I go back and forth on this one, so I'm going to say Cena. I mean Rhodes. No, probably Cena. I don't know. Neither one of them need it. John needs it the least. And if Cody is really pushing this new era in Triple H's, they're going to want to make Cody, their new boy, look like a rock star and continue to carry the company into this new era. It's not a new era if you're having one of the old dogs carry the title. However, that old dog is still John Cena. Excuse me. So, my only thing is, even though Cena's turned heel, and that's great, he's still a part-timer. So I don't personally like someone coming in, winning the title, and being a part-timer. And I know everybody's done it, and that's fine. But I also don't like him coming in after so long, winning the Royal Rumble. I wasn't a fan of it. Not that he doesn't deserve it. John Cena deserves it. If he wants the title, fine. But he comes in out of nowhere, wins the Royal Rumble. I'm not a big fan of it. And then he gets a title shot immediately. Not a big fan of it. Goes to WrestleMania, and if he wins, not a big fan of it. But am I really going to hate on John Cena for that when it is his last year? No. Am I proud he's trying something new with his heel turn? Sure. So, I also don't even know if John Cena would even want this 17th title. He loves wrestling. We give him a lot of shit. The man can't wrestle like a Bret Hart or like a Kurt Angle or anybody else like that. But he still loves the business, and he's given a lot to this business. So, he loves Ric Flair. Man, they're drinking buddies. And he'll tell you, there's plenty of interviews about it. So I don't even know if he would want to break his record. And this title does not change hands if John Cena doesn't want to break the record. Because he loves that so much. And he, being the guy he is, does put over people a lot later in his career than he ever has before. So I can definitely see a part of this match, John Cena putting Cody over. Plus, I also don't like the idea of someone losing the title exactly 1 year later after they won it. Like, is that going to be the new standard? We just, the WWE champion just loses it every year on the year of WrestleMania? I'm not a big fan of that. Not saying that that's what happened, but come on. 365 days later, everybody saw it coming that you were going to lose. So with all that being said, I'm gonna hate myself either way. And, hold on, one more thing we got to think about. We still have the final boss. Somewhere looming. And The Rock doesn't like to do things like he's a storyteller. So he likes coming in when he wants. So, remember last year, during Roman versus Cody, we had Seth come in. We had Solo Sikoa come in. We had The Rock come in. We had The Undertaker come in. We had John Cena come in. Right? So the final boss could definitely come in and screw this whole thing up for Cody, and Cena wins easily and walks away. With all of that being said, I'm still picking I'm picking John Cena. You just can't see this. It's going to be 17. Yeah. Anyways, those are your results for WrestleMania 41. In my opinion, those are the predictions. Let's do a follow-up video and see if I was right or if I was wrong or whatever. If you hate me, leave a comment down below. If you like me, leave a comment down below. Tell your mama, tell your friends. If you don't have friends, tell the voices in your head or their personalities to subscribe on their channel or on their account, whatever. And if you want more wrestling content, please let me know. Leave any comments around. If you think my hat's stupid, if you like my toys in the back, if you like Spidey, this is my kid, so whatever. I don't care. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Stay tuned. Watch WrestleMania. Let's go!